Hi, it's Michelle with the Singing Baker, and today I thought I would bring you a beautiful roasted vegetable platter. I serve it with some arugula green goddess dip, so stay tuned. So for our vegetable platter today, we are going to be getting a few ingredients. So you'll want to either check out maybe a beautiful fresh market that you have nearby, or if you have a wonderful produce section at your grocery store, you can use that as well, as long as they have everything nice and fresh. For our arugula green goddess dip, and go ahead and take a snapshot to the side here so you have your list ready when you go. We're going to be needing some sour cream, some mayonnaise, some green onion, some fresh garlic, lemon juice, some fresh arugula leaves, fresh tarragon leaves, and some salt. And for our root vegetables, and you can use whatever kind that you want. If you have some favorites, definitely change the list up if you want. Today I'm going to be using some beets. I have some parsnips here, some carrots, and then I have a mixture of some small potatoes. I have a mixture of red and then Yukon Gold. And then what we're going to be doing with the veggies is we're going to be tossing them into a bowl with some olive oil and some salt before we get them in the oven. So I will see you in a few minutes once you get all your ingredients. So my first step that I like to do is to get my dip together. Usually you want to do that ahead of time and then you pop it in the fridge just so it can start to cool. And then while it's cooling, then you just get started on your veggies in the oven. So my first step is to take some mayonnaise here. And some sour cream. And then we're going to take some of our green onion. I have taken one whole green onion and I have chopped it, including the white bits at the top. Popping that in there. Transfer this to a pretty bowl, and then we will pop it in the fridge for a little bit. So I'm all done with my dip. I have it cooling in the fridge now. So what I'm going to be doing is starting my veggies, and actually I usually try to basically do the veggies in backwards order of how long they will take to cook in the oven. The beets usually take the longest. They're usually maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Our small potatoes will probably take you about 45 minutes, and then the carrots and parsnips probably closer to 30. So I'll do my beets first. What I'm going to do is just chop up the stems here, and then I put them inside of a foil pocket, if you will, like a little pouch that I make. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. I have about 6 or 7 beets here, so I'll probably do maybe 2 pouches, and then I'll pop them into the oven. I have the oven set at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just trimming them down basically. I'm not peeling them quite yet. I'll do that later. Okay. And I'll probably use 2 pouches like I said. So let me get 3. And I'll close it up, and then I'm going to put it in the oven and start to cook off, and they'll basically steam themselves in here. So just a little square rectangle of foil is sufficient for that. So I'll pop these into the oven now. Okay, so we're going to put these stems to the side into our garbage bowl. And I'm going to move on to my potatoes. My potatoes I like to leave whole. This time I was able to find about this size. If I can find any smaller, it's even better. Usually what I do is if I can get them smaller, I'll leave them whole. And if I can get them only about this size, which is a little bit bigger than I'd like, then I'll go ahead and just slice them in half. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna put them in a bowl here and then drizzle some olive oil and salt over them. And then we'll pop those into the oven as well. It's nice to have a variety of veggies on the platter, not only for taste, but textures as well. And then it also looks beautiful to have a variety. Basically, then you have something for everybody as far as what their favorites are. Now I've gone ahead and washed my vegetables first. You're going to always wash your potatoes first to scrub the skins on the outside. And I did that as well with the beets. Okay, so just have a mixture here. I'm going to drizzle it with about 2 teaspoons of olive oil and sprinkle it with some salt. And then I'm going to add them to this baking sheet that I have here. I have a baking sheet lined with foil. And then we will pop them into the oven, and then we'll move on to our carrots and our parsnips. Okay, those are ready. Okay. So I'm going to put these out here. I'm going to leave a little bit of space for my carrots and my parsnips to add there in a few minutes once I'm done with those. So I'll get these into the oven. Okay, so now I have my beets in the oven as well as my potatoes, and I'm going to get started on my carrots and my parsnips. So I usually do one veggie at a time, and then what I do is I make sure, especially with the carrots and the parsnips, that they're all roughly the same size when I'm working with them. You want to make sure that they're the same size in the oven so that they cook basically at the same time rate. So sometimes I can find some great veggies just at my local supermarket. Otherwise, I have Fresh Market near me, and then we have a Bednar's Farm, which also sells great veggies as well. So what I'm doing with all my carrots, I trimmed off the edge, and then I'm just basically going to peel the carrots off, and then I'm going to chop them a little bit into like stick form. Okay, so I'm done peeling my carrots. What I'm going to be doing now is just basically cutting them into long carrot sticks, if you will. I do still try to keep them a little bit on the thicker side, at least maybe ½ an inch. You want them to cook in the oven. However, you don't want them so soft that you can't pick them up. You still want them to be able to be picked up later to dip into the sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and start to chop these like into sticks. So like the bottom ends of your carrots, you really just, that's all you need. Maybe the top part where it's a little bit thicker, then you can cut that maybe in half. And then I would stop at that point because you don't want it to be too thin. So, similar to this. When I'm working with veggies like this that I have to peel a lot of them, I usually have like a garbage bowl on the side. That way it's nice and convenient, and then you can throw it away later. It's nice to take advantage of like local markets near you, just so that you can get everything as fresh as can be. We lived in London when we were first married, and we had a market. It was called Portobello Market. It was actually featured on the movie Notting Hill. But that was our market. It was a block away, and we went there pretty much every Saturday morning was our routine. We would go there and come back with bags and bags of fresh veggies, and it was really nice. It was really nice. So I'm just going to finish going ahead and making all of my carrot sticks, and what I'll do is the same thing I did with the potatoes. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil and some salt, and then I'll add it to the baking sheet in there, and then I'll move on to my parsnips. So we're basically doing the same process, except that you do each veggie separate. And I like to do it separate, that way when we put it on the platter we can kind of arrange it nicely. So carrots are all done. I have my little sticks in here. Quick drizzle of olive oil. Not too much because you already have some in the bowl from the potatoes before, but the potatoes did take quite a bit of the oil, so I just added a tiny bit more. Sprinkle salt. I'm just tossing it around. And then I'm going to go add this to the baking sheet and we'll be ready for our parsnips. So here I am with my parsnips. It's the same thing that you do with the carrot, and it looks white like this. It actually looks almost like a white carrot. Just trim off the ends, and we're going to peel them and then slice them into sticks that are very similar size to the carrots. So I'm almost done chopping my parsnips to add to the baking sheet. And like I said before, if you have a favorite vegetable that you want to add, just play around with the ingredients. Maybe something is in season at one point of time and then it's not in season at another point. So really, look around the market and see what's available and just play around with the ingredients that you add. Just, basically look up how long it will take to cook in the oven. And you'll want to start with the veggies that take the longest and put those in the pan first and then work backwards from there. So everything is out of the oven. I let them cool for a little bit just so that I could handle them, and then I've arranged them on a nice platter here with our arugula green goddess dip that we made earlier. And I'm just finishing up on peeling the beets. I took the skin off of them, and then also I'm cutting them into wedges as well. You may want to either wear gloves or use a spoon maybe to transfer them over to your serving platter, as they will make your hands a little bit red when you're cutting them into wedges. So I'm going to go ahead and keep putting them all out on the platter here, and then it'll be time to eat. And depending on the crowd that you're going to have, you can go ahead and double this recipe if you want to, and then like I said before, go ahead and play around with the ingredients. Just like you can add more, you can also just change up the different veggies that you serve as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try a little bit here. Maybe I'll try a beet actually. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to keep sharing these recipes with you. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back, and hopefully you've been able to enjoy some of the recipes. I'm going to have a parsnip as well. So I'll go ahead and try this. The parsnip is nice. Remember, when you're watching them in the oven, make sure to take them out before they get too soft. You still want them to be able to be picked up by someone, and then they can dip it into the sauce as well. I'm going to try the beet now. Nice and refreshing. This green goddess dip is delicious, so I hope you try it, and until next time, I'll see you later.